Welcome to game number 3 of Casper versus Knusch here. This is the deciding match here of the quarterfinals of the Road to Red Bull Qualifiers by EGC TV. And we just had a 50-minute long game in the last one where Knusch came out ahead to tie the series up. And this is the decider. We've got Casper playing as the Mongols, training up his second scout already here on dry Arabia. And he's up against Knusch's French. We've got the sheep nearby, building his first house. And these players are going to be fighting it out. I mean, the last game was 50 minutes long. The first game of the series was like 10 minutes long. Casper did a tower rush on Frisian marshes. So will we see a tower rush here? It will be interesting to see. Knusch is on the other side of the map, trying to grab those sheep from the Mongol player already. And as far as the spawn goes, look at this, quite nice. Casper has his wood and his gold nice and close. And when you are a Mongol player, this is nice for you because you can just, you can spawn the sheep there. You can have everything you need right under here. Now, of course, we've got the Uvu, which we'll need to defend out here to the southeast. So, tied up series. The winner of this will go on to the semifinals to face Puppy Paw in the next best of 3, which will be following whoever goes on to that. And let's see, Casper going around the back line, trying to look for any sheep, but not gonna see any there. Now, if he was gonna do some kind of like tower rushing, that gold mine is a backward or a back spawn there for Knusch, so he's got a pretty defended gold line, which is, as French, you want to have a nice safe gold for those knights you're likely gonna be making in the second age. And Casper, there we go. I said he might go for some tower rushing, and I think we might see it. We've got a barracks coming down here in the Dark Age. Currently sitting 6 villagers on food, 3 on wood. Now, where are his scouts? He's got 1 here. He's got 2. He hasn't really got a whole lot of sheep. Knusch has got most of the sheep so far. I'm sure there's still some left out here on the map, but oh no, not really seeing them. So that could be a little bit tricky for the Mongols. You got to make sure you got plenty of sheep to sustain your early game. But yeah, this is how we're going to start off. Looking at the hunts here, kind of a weird spawn. Casper has both of his hunts right by each other. Either a good or a bad thing, right? Depending on how you look at it. But yeah, all of his hunts are down here, quite far away from where he moved his town center. But no, he might just stick on the sheep. Probably not going to deal with the deer. It may won't be a big factor. Okay, he's got his 2 spearmen coming out right now, and a single villager who's bringing a pile of wood along with him, likely to build a tower. And we do have his scout doing a little bit of sieging, but I'm sure he'll just pull maybe one of the spearmen. I thought he might pull one back, or maybe I'll just let him do it for a while. Maybe that's just a distraction, right? So he's going to go try to... Oh, look at that. Knusch, excellent scouting, has found the villager. He knows it's coming. But Knusch is already aging up. Where is that tower going to come down? I'm going to imagine maybe like in this sector, working towards that gold. Maybe even goes right for that first gold. But Knusch has already built towers and is prepared for this. Of course, Casper had such a killer tower rush against Knusch in game number 1 of the series. Fool me once. Knusch isn't going to let this happen again. Okay, so back at home, we've got 8 on food, 1 on gold, 5 on wood. So it's going to be building some towers. But yes, there's already a French tower in a defensive spot. So I don't know. Is he going to be able to get value out of this? He could still build some towers, of course, but look at all the sheep. Knusch was able to get lots of sheep. So he can chill there for a while. He has his gold secured there with that outpost. There you go, guys. Woodline to the northwest. So perhaps that's where a tower will target. Look, he's just going to build one here just for starters. Give him some line of sight. Kind of keep this wood line pinned down. And maybe he'll go for this one. But there we go. We see Knusch is into the next age. And is he training up a knight yet? Who doesn't have the resources quite yet. Now he turns it in. Training up his first royal knight. All he has to do is just pop this villager, which he can probably get away with, even with spearmen around. So we'll see how this goes. But knight's going to be coming out. Casper not aging up yet. He's still a little bit of ways away. But I'm not sure how much value this tower rush is going to get. And I mean, This is what Mongols do a lot, probably in a lot of situations, but I don't know, in such a like a deciding game, I feel it feels a little risky if this does not pay off. You know, Knusch could be in a really good spot here to advance to the semis, but here we go. Now, these aren't even hardened spearmen, right? These are Dark Age spearmen. They're not going to do a ton to these royal knights, especially as he gets a few of them, and he's already got an archery range online. Going after that Khan that was poking at his gold there. And these archers going to be hard to deal with. Okay, so boy, oh boy, we've got some spearmen here. Is Casper aging up yet? Not yet. He needs to age. Of course, he's working on it. I think he's just going to stay close to his outpost. He can't really leave this because of the archers. Because those archers will just destroy him. Now, he could just walk past this altogether and go harass the base of his opponent, though it is quite safe. See that knight kind of a little bit distracted by the scout and the Khan. Kind of surprised he's chasing that. And not just, like, he could charge through here and maybe grab this villager if he got lucky. So, yeah. Do they get the Yam network? Are you asking about a certain unit? Of course, that Yam network is applied to cavalry and traders, but with the deer stones, it makes it apply to all of his units. Okay, so we've got French archers out. He's walling off this northwest side. Yes, the units near towers. Yes, they get the benefit of the Yam network. Yeah, they do. Okay, so there we go. He's moving in, and it looks like he's going to work on sieging down that first outpost there already. That knight is tanking the arrow fire, which isn't a big deal. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, in the Dark Age, the spearmen aren't going to get any benefit. Oh, but he grabs a knight with some, you know, Dark Age spearmen. That's a great trade. One knight down. He's got his tower with 5 spearmen in there. He's shooting at the archers. That was a pretty decent trade for him, honestly. Taking out those archers, and for Casper, this is good for him. This is very good. Takes out that scout. Does he get another archer? Didn't get that one, but wow, that was great. So instead of like overextending and trying to build a tower over here, he just stayed close by, built a second tower. I'm assuming going to go for the arrow slits, getting double arrow slits right now. Oh, he had some towers down here already, but he lost his villager. This is what I thought might happen a little earlier on. So that's going to be a big problem for him. Maybe bring another one up. Yep, another villager moving up. You do see now they are glowing. They get that speed of that EM network. And loses it once he leaves. He used to get it for a little period of time once you left the aura, but no longer. A second you leave the network, you lose that bonus. So you need your EM network to touch, essentially. Okay, so we've got towers kind of on the south side. Knusch, he's got his blacksmith online. He's got his school of cavalry, of course, and his archery range. This is kind of the situation. He needs to defend this wood line, do something to get back in this. Maybe go for a raid. Oh, not there. Now, what is Casper doing back at home? Food, wood, a little bit of gold. He's building his pastures. This is kind of mentioned. This will be his nice, safe food back at home. Rallying all these pastures to go right here. So they're all gathering in the same spot. It's a good, efficient way to do that gathering. Okay, so oh, a wolf! Oh no! Dealing like half damage to that villager, which stinks for a frontline villager. You don't want them taking. Oh, he lost another villager there. I think I just saw. Oh boy, you hate to see it. 28 villagers for Casper, 31 for Knusch. So, I mean, he's got these towers set up, but they haven't really done any economic damage to his opponent right now. Here he goes, moving on in, trying to do a raid there on some villagers. You see him gathering stone. I'm assuming going for maybe a second town center, but this horseman going to need to pull on back. Building a tower up there. Needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. Yeah, he knows it. I don't know. This is a tricky situation. And you can see both players just like not missing a beat as far as their micro goes. Okay, there we go. Horseman with speed arrow moving forward, trying to get a charge, but the knights were able to tank. And but the spearmen there getting some shots on those knights, and Casper having some nice army control there. Knusch just kind of pulling back to the defenses, taking a lot of arrow fire from that town center. He needs to be careful. He needs to keep his his spearman count kind of up. Those knights continuing to do those charges. He's trying to take out the archers, but man, I don't know, taking a lot of town center fire every time he does this. I hope this isn't you know, an overinvestment, but he's going to be looking to finish off this army right now as far as the archers are concerned of Knusch, but it's a lot of units lost for him. Is it worth it? These knights still have quite a bit of HP left on them, and now his army has kind of gone down the drain, trying to run away with this horseman. They do have greater speed. He is going to sit back. Oh, he's going to take out the low HP one. Boom, he was able to get it. Nice little turnaround there. But Knusch is just going to slowly work towards that second town center, but Casper's going to continue to pressure that spot. Where's his reinforcements? Is he bringing another villager down? Okay, he's kind of given up that game as far as his villager is concerned. Okay, so a little bit of sparring here with his knights. 2 low HP knights. This will be nice units for him to pick off if he can get them. I don't know, like Knusch might want to pull these back. He's trying to. Oh my gosh, the thing is 8 HP. 1 HP was able to pull it off. That one is 31 HP. No chivalry yet, of course. Did he get chivalry? No. Yes, he does have chivalry, but he's not healed yet. Oh, watch the villager. Watch the villager. Oh, that thing's dead. Rest in peace. Looks away for 1 second. He loses. Oh! I thought it was dead. I called it too soon. He pulled it back. But now a tower is online, and talk about more arrow fire. Okay, he's going to have to get out of there, and there we go. He should be able to get to that second town center up now, as he has the stone pretty safe. Casper not stopping with the tower game, but he's just going to be behind on economy, I feel like, in the long run. 41 for Knusch, 37 for Casper. He's now getting that wheelbarrow in. Of course, wheelbarrow is, I'm sure Knusch has had that for quite some time. But back at home, let's see what's going on here. He's got his sheeping operation online, and he's gathering a lot of gold. I feel like this is going to be a transition towards the castle age here very soon. But Knusch is in a good spot. He's got his these deer secure up here, dropping down his town center. Tower putting some fire out, but is he going to get the scout? He might. He got the scout. Okay. So just trying to keep his enemy contained. Oh, he is going to continue to build some outposts down the south side just to keep his opponent from expanding down there. But he has a lot of sheep. He was able to gather the lion's share of the sheep early on, which is going to, you know, give him more of that survivability here in a defensive situation. So French, they already train villagers faster than you, right? That's a civilization bonus. And then when they have 2 town centers, they really are going to. So looking at 40 villagers right now for Casper, 45 for Knusch, and that's going to start to change here as he has his second town center online. And I think Knusch is just going to age up as well, from what I'm seeing. So both players are going to be aging. I'm assuming we'll see the step red out come down, which is gives you so much of that gold bonus as you turn in gold to the step red out. Gives you additional gold. Okay, so transitioning to farming here as he's eating those deer. I think there's still a few sheep, but he doesn't want to I guess, stack his villagers on it. Looking to do a little bit of a horseman raid, but not going to get much. Just taking damage from the tower and losing his con. We do see Casper has clicked up to the 3rd age with that step red out as expected. About 2.5k gold left on that vein. Is Knusch aging up yet? Aging up just about the same time with the Royal Institute, which has some unique upgrades for the French here early on here in the castle age. Be hilarious if he like somehow killed the School of Cavalry with. I wonder how long it technically would take to kill this. A long time. Oh, what we got going on? A night raid. Oh my gosh, a great time to do a raid because what's going on back at home? He doesn't have any defenses back at home and he has no towers and the capital can only hold 20 villagers. So these knights are just going to slaughter these villagers. This is a terrible situation for Casper to be in, already behind in villagers. And wow, what a great time to push a little raid here. And I don't know, guys, he wasn't able to finish the age up here. And this could be just disaster here for Casper. What do? You're playing Ring Around the Rosie. We'll look at the final villager count here in a second, but this is just so massive in a game that felt like it was very close. I mean, but now with this going on, this is just so many villagers for him to be losing right now. He's playing Ring Around the Rosie, trying to keep his villagers alive. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would have thought against French he would have built just a few towers at least, but he didn't. And there we go. What is he going to do to stay in this game now that he's lost so many villagers? Okay, let's see what the count is here. 36 villagers for Casper versus the 57 of Knusch. And for Knusch, looking to advance to the semifinals, you have to feel very good after a raid like that. Oh my gosh. Man, I kind of hate to see it. It's like, I guess, you know, Casper, he just maybe went a little over greedy with his offensive towers, but these essentially have gotten like no value. He somehow let those knights sneak by. Maybe he thought he would have had the vision he required, but missed a run by. But this is going to make it very, very hard for Casper to stay alive. This honestly, Knusch could even just sit back and boom now. I mean, he's just going to be ahead so far economically. What can Casper do to stay in this? Oh my gosh. What a raid. So let that be a note for you folks back at home. You know, wait to that moment where, you know, like if you've got 40 villagers, your opponent's town center can only hold 20, right? If he isn't building any towers, it's a good time to run in with some knights. And he just caught him perfectly as he was aging up. Now he is getting some of those springald upgrades on these towers, but we do have a ram moving up. Does he have a standing army? I think he has a few units, but he's looking to get some villager raids of his own. Now he does have some lancers in there. This is a great raid right now for Casper. I think Knusch is maybe looking down to the south or something. He has not even pulled his villagers. I don't think he's realized. He just now realized it. That is a much needed raid for Casper. Only getting a few though. 6-3 for Knusch versus the 41 of Casper, but a good raid nonetheless. One horseman should be able to take out that battering ram if he doesn't notice it, but that outpost is going to go down. He did just invest in the springald upgrade, so that will be a loss there. And there's 4 more villagers inside here. Is he going to get that? No, he's going to pull back for now. We have veteran Royal Knights out on the field right now. Some lanterns running around. So I think, you know, right now Casper's game is he's got to be raiding. He's got to be raiding. He knows how many villagers he lost. He's got to do something to get back in this. This is 1-1 right now. The winner of this will advance on to the semifinals. And there we go. Casper hitting huge raids here. I mean, imagine if he had not lost the amount of villagers that he lost back at home. This could be a different ball game right now with these raids he's been able to pick up. But now there's Arbitrier out on the field. Those are going to counter those Lancers and they make these raids harder for Casper to pull off. 44 villagers for Casper, 65 for Knusch, and that number is just going to keep growing. And I think the issue we're going to see here is just this French economy is just going to go into overdrive as he just turtles up. I guess he could try to starve him out for gold, but he's got another gold vein up there to the north. But maybe that could be one of his bets for now. He did go with the Royal Institute, so he's not like he's going to have a cache of gold to get later on. Is Casper getting any relics? It doesn't look like anyone's getting relics. Well, we say that, but he's working on it, right? He is working on it. We'll check back in on that. Let's watch these raids here in the front line. Lancers coming in, taking a lot of fire, picking up a villager. I mean, you know, getting a few villagers there, but, you know, still behind on the villager count. Okay, Lance is coming in. He's just going to keep the pressure on his opponent. Now, he's done a good job. He has line of sight kind of his opponent. He knows what's going on. I really wonder if he thought he had complete line of sight coverage and those knights just snuck by, because that seemed like such a caught off guard moment for Casper. I don't see how he could let that happen. Okay, that shaman running around looking to grab his opponent's relics first. Good idea. Oh, but the knight saw it, running in for the charge. Oh no. Is he going to get it? I don't think that knight probably going to pick up this. He's going to try to do the conversion, but I don't know if he'll get this. No, he's not. He tried. And there we go. Here comes Knusch. The battle for the Holy War has begun. Okay, let's watch these Lancers as they come on in here. No Arbitrier over here right now. But we do have I guess a monk healing there in the background. Oh, there's one Arbitrier. Sorry, in the middle there. But there we go. Mongol, a good engagement here for Casper. And if you can keep some military pressure, that could help give him some type of momentum here in this game. I mean, he could hit some raids. I mean, a raid over here could be big. He doesn't have enough garrison space for his villagers either. And we say that as the Lancers are moving through right now, all those villagers are up for grabs. And Knusch knows it. He just saw it happen to his opponent. And there we go. See villagers trying to throw down some towers. And there we go. And see, he's going to probably do this. I always just keep towers around my farms and like this point in the game when you know that like Mongols are going to be doing raids against French too. They just love to run in with the knights. You got to be prepared to garrison at all times. Okay. So we've got villagers over here. They are just continuing to work on that wood line. Now this wood line, yeah, you know what? This could, so we're talking about starving out on gold, but if he could keep these towers online, he could perhaps starve his opponent out of wood, which could be interesting. What's the villager count now? Let's look at it after these raids are completed here. It looks like that might be mostly it. 54 for Casper, 81 for Knusch. But Casper's going to keep raiding, but now there's more towers up in Knusch's base. I don't think this is going to, he's going to let that keep happening. I'm kind of more interested in what's going to happen as this wood line runs out. You know, usually we focus on gold, but it really is. This is the only wood line Knusch has secured at the moment. Doing a run by right now with the knights. And this is clear of Knusch is just trying to take some of the pressure off of his base. We got villagers. Look at this. I freaking love this. Sieging down the northern wall. We also have, you know, the tower slowly working on that school of cavalry. Okay, we've got Mongol Lancers running around. Oh, but we have, you know, a bunch of springle towers, stone towers. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to deal with this economy deficit. Uh-oh. Who's getting the sacred site? That is going to be Casper. How many relics did he get? 3 relics. So that's 300 gold. This will be 400 gold. He could get all the sacred sites and just somehow just contain his opponent. I mean, maybe that could be a move, but that's 10 minutes as far as the sacred sites goes. Just continue to do the run around here. I feel like Casper's doing a good job of raiding. I mean, it'd be interesting to see this game if he had not lost that giant raid earlier, but I mean, he's down over 20 villagers. If he gets all the sacred sites and all the relics, like maybe that could be an equalizer in a sense. And there are a lot of idols for Knusch. Yes, that is true. He has to keep running in. Yeah, I was gonna say, interesting he hasn't like completed his walling. He's just now starting to do that. But there is he didn't finish. Oh, down go those villagers. Oh, but that is a springle tower. Springle replacement, rather. There we go. I was able to get some shots off on those knights. Okay, so Casper just kind of doing the run around, a little loop around the base. But I know Knusch likes his springle towers. If you watched the previous game, score is currently 1-1 right now. This is the final round here of this series. Whoever wins this will go on to the semifinals. Okay, neutralizing the sacred site, but out comes some veteran spearmen. Oh, is he going to go after this one? He probably should go for that one. He could save his sacred site, but I don't think he's going to right now. Shamans continue to grab relics. I think he might get 4 relics. I don't think... Wait, did he get one? He got 1 relic. Okay, he needs to grab this final one. He's going to secure that sacred site. In comes 1 knight here right now. I just love this. Like, what is this? He's got all of his knights chasing 1 lancer right now. This is so silly. Yeah, I feel like wood is going to become a thing here very soon, guys. But he could probably secure this. He just needs to take out these towers. He probably has the means to do that at this point. Okay, we've got... we've got a knight running around. Now, this is the appropriate response. You know, send 2 lancers to chase 1 knight. Don't send, you know, 10 knights to chase 1 lancer, which is kind of what Knusch is doing at the moment. There's pings. There's literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pings on the map right now. Like, I don't know where you're supposed to look, but there's a lot going on. Ooh, what was that sound? Something heavy. That was a siege unit somewhere. That would be on Knusch's side. Is that a trebuchet? So he's going to start working on these outposts is what's going to happen. There in the middle, we've got... it looks like a few crossbows starting to work in. Let's look at the military production here. He's got... Okay, it looks like he's spamming out crossbows right now. Crossbows, lancers, a few spearmen. I guess no lancers right now. Now, Casper's 23 idle villagers right now. Where are those guys? He needs to get those back to work. You might not have realized it at the moment. Okay, he's moved them. And now he has some walls up. We do see the knight mass just growing, though, for Knusch. There's a lot of knights. Okay, look at the villager count. 76 for Casper, 104 for Knusch. Trebuchet coming in now. He might be down on the villager count, but he does have 4 relics. That's 400 gold per minute. That's another 100. So he's at 500 gold per minute right now. That's 600 gold per minute. Now he has that sacred site. Probably going to work on this one too. So that really going to help him with evening out how the economy has been this game. Now just taking a quick look at the income per minute. You can see there what's going on as far as the gold. Look at all that gold Cast is bringing in. And, you know, gold is really king in the late game. 60 idle villagers for Knusch? What the? Oh, he's out of that gold? Oh my gosh, what? Yeah, and having more villagers doesn't matter if you're not gathering. 65 idle villagers! Wow, what a good call out there. Thank you so much, Gladiac TV there in the chat. Oh my gosh, he has no wood, no gold. And I said it like, you know, maybe Casper could just starve him out over time. And that's what he's working on doing. We see night raids coming in, but we've got spearmen to deal with them. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Casper's going to have a solid shot at this. Macro mistakes will haunt. They will haunt. Okay, builders are back working. He's going for stone. Now, a few keeps. That could be quite annoying for these lancers that have been running around the map. And he is securing some gold finally here. Looks like that trebuchet is going to be taking out those remaining... outposts, while right now he's busy chasing the raids on his backline. Oh my gosh, I think he was fixing his macro and just like lost a ton of knights there. Has he got the last sacred site? Not yet. Is he got a... I'm trying to see if he has a shaman out here somewhere. I don't think he does. Okay, there you go. They're in the middle. I mean, these night battles aren't going so well for him now because it's spearmen and crossbow mass right now for Casper, which is the perfect counter for these knights, with the exception of the fact that the knights are going to have the mobility. Yeah, I feel like Casper's kind of just out-tasking him at the moment with the raids. And I mean, it's just so much raiding. Okay, we got, there we go. Speed arrow coming in, charging in, going to probably be taking out to that trebuchet, I would imagine. Lancer moving forward along with the spearmen. Yes, the towers are laying down some fire. But on the back line, we've got a night raid coming in. A few spearmen, but that's probably not enough to deal with this. A lot of villagers up for grabs here. There we go. Casper running. But we've got some crossbows here. We've got some spearmen. I think he'll deter this for now. And he has stopped the gold gathering. Knusch is not have gold right now. If he could just like keep this gold pinned down, that's the only gold that Knusch currently has access to. I mean, look how much food he's floating. Maybe he could even sell a little bit of food right now. I don't know, but Casper's played this the long game. He was down on villagers earlier on. I mean, he faced an absolutely massive raid. Like, if you guys saw the raid that happened at the, like, what was that, 15-minute mark or whatever, Casper lost so many villagers, as we'll see in the postgame. He now has all the sacred sites for the relics. That's 4, 5, 6, 700 gold per minute. And he's doing a good job of, you know, keeping with the even. You know, some players might take a raid like that and just resign. Now, of course, in tournament game, you're not going to see that. But, wow, now losing some villagers here. Let's look at this. 82 villas for Casper, 123 for Knusch. So Knusch clearly has the villager game, but you know, it might not be a giant factor at this point, honestly. He just needs to keep the military pressure on. He has 3 traction trebuchets online, crossbows to defend, spearmen, and he is pushing the offensive here at his opponent's base. There's a keep, but is there I mean, his opponent doesn't have the gold to make the counter siege to deal with this. He's got to keep coming down. Okay, he is securing a gold line here on the south side. So that will be a killer play here for Knusch. But Casper could easily surround that if he wants to. Here we go, tracking trebuchet. Now these are like mini trebuchets, right? They're not your typical trebuchet, but his infantry can build them out in the field. He is gathering gold to the north too, so Knusch getting his gold operation back in line. Lots of food in the bank, so if he can get some gold, he can really start powering out some units, or even go for an age of if he wanted to. Man, there's just pings all over the map once again. Keep on the south, keep to the north. He is focusing the middle. I mean, Casper could just go for the throat. I mean, 1, 2. Where's the third landmark? Back there. Okay. So I was thinking, like, you know, maybe he could just go for the landmark snipe, but maybe not. Okay. Now, you know, now that Knusch has his gold, he's got his macro back on track. This could be interesting. Oh, look at this. Step Red out currently being idled right now, which is good for him. Yeah, gathering resources by burning buildings. That is definitely one way to do it. That is one way to do it. I feel like you should get more than 25 gold when you kill a keep. Maybe that'd be too OP. It used to be like really ridiculous. Okay, so there we go. He's got his gold operation online. Sitting on 86 vills for Casper, 121 for Knusch. And currently idling a lot of his villagers that were getting gold. Okay, he's going to go for this next gold vein here. I'm sure he'll move his Step Red out over. Just slowly creeping forward, though. Is he going to take out the military production, or is he going to go for the landmarks? You know, I said it. He could possibly just start pushing the landmark snipe agenda, which is possibly what he's going to be doing here. I mean, he could just barrel through here. Where is the army of Knusch right now? He doesn't really have a large standing army. And Casper, he's got the Springolds online. No Springolds in production right now for Knusch. And I think he's trying to age up, but I don't know if that's going to be the move right now. Maybe he'll be fine. Okay, I think he is going to age up. Is that what I heard? No, that's the mark I got. That maybe he was aging up. Okay, 2 landmarks. I'm sorry, 1 landmark down. Gonna start working on that capital, which is going to go down very quickly. I think he's going to possibly age. Is he making... Okay, he's now making Springolds, but Casper has anticipated this. He has some Springolds of his own, and he's probably just going to start sieging down the military production of his opponent. And I keep looking to see if there's like knights getting ready to do a flank, but I'm not seeing any. You can have all the economy in the world, but if you cannot keep your townspeople safe and your capital safe, what does it matter? And wow, this is just a killer push. What a game this has been, and what a series. If Kaz was able to pull this off here with this landmark snipe. Now, what I think Knusch will do is just drop a landmark maybe in the corner somewhere. Okay, the Red Palace. There it is. I thought he might, you know, honestly, like could have built, like, he could have hidden one. But I don't know. This is kind of a Mongol death ball moving forward right now. And he's taking out the military production, more importantly. Okay, here's that Royal Institute. You might want to... He needs to be careful, because these are... Are these Springold towers? Are these... it's hard to tell sometimes. Okay, there we go. He sees that Red Palace. He did not want to mess around with that Red Palace, but look at that. 4 trebuchets. They'll do the job here quickly enough. Okay, he's got his veteran knights. Is he going to upgrade anything right now? Improves the French influence by reducing unit cost, and he is upgrading the melee armor of his arbitrier. But right now, okay, where's his Springolds? Oh, he's down on Springolds right now. He's down on Springolds. Casper does not have any Springolds, and I see 2 right now for Knusch, but he's getting that one. And how nice of Knusch to drop that 4th landmark in a nice, easy-to-access location for the trebuchets. He could have maybe hidden it or something and bought himself some time, as he is kind of spread out on the map. But I don't know. The Red Palace is a very strong landmark. He can just keep repairing it, I guess, for a while. But right now, Casper is just kind of running all around here. Can Knusch hold on here? He needs to if he wants to advance to the semifinals. This is the deciding game. Keeping that Springold alive. He might be able to just start sniping those traction trebuchets, as there aren't any Springolds right now for Casper. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3 landmarks are down once that Royal Institute goes down. There we go. It is down. 1 landmark left to go. Whoa, that's it. This Red Palace is all he needs to take out, but right now he is losing his trebuchets, and his offensive is kind of slowed down. And of course, had a lot of idle builders throughout this. Casper has all the gold and wood in the world. Okay, man, okay, it's just gonna work on a little bit of that military production, it looks like, there as he's fallen back. Are these all? Oh my gosh, does he have all these upgrades? No. Well, he might. He certainly could. He has the gold and stone. Okay, but Nush just stabilized a little bit for now, but he only has one landmark, which is the Red Palace, a strong landmark at that. And you might see him repair this, but I think he needs the wood. You see a sacred site being neutralized out there. Okay. For a second there, it looked like Casper was snowballing towards victory, but things have kind of stalled out for his offensive. He is taking out some buildings, of course, getting resources, which each of these buildings he burns. But staying alive, there's still just one landmark, though. He could just target that thing down. But we do see, okay, we've got some cannons coming out in the field. Casper is an age behind. And he might want to solve that here soon. And Nush's upgrades will start to really kick in. Okay, he's coming forward right now. Watch out. Here comes that cannon. Okay, guys. At this point, I couldn't tell you who's going to win this game. I don't know. I've got a sinking feeling that somehow, like, Nush is going to hold on here and use his upgrades of the 4th age to... oh, he just lost a cannon! Oh, boy. But, we'll see. We'll see. He's got 3 trebuchets. I think he probably wants 4 trebuchets. Is probably, like, the ideal number here. But he's at max pop, so maybe he's okay. Take out the springholds. That was a good snipe. Nush not paying attention. Down goes his only springholds, and ruh-roh. This is big trouble for him. He could just throw everything he has at this landmark. If he takes it out, that is victory for him and would secure the semifinals. Casper wants to go to Germany. He wants to go to Red Bull Wololo, and he is looking to get his hands on the next round here right now. Lots of crossbows defending on the front line. He's got the superior springhold game, 6 springholds. I mean, how is he going to be able to stop this? He can just keep trying to repair. But, okay, Arbitrary putting down the defenses so they have the melee resist right now. But this is going to be quite the battle. Full pop army for Casper versus the 150 population right now for Nush. Nush is even only has 170 housing population at the moment. Yeah, it hangs on. Repair lasts for a long time. Oh, down goes the trebuchet. Nice snipe there with his springald. Did he get the upgrade on that? Yes, he does have his springolds are upgrade. Oh, careful there. Yeah. Okay, he's losing his springolds. He's down to 4. He had 6 before. That Red Palace, a landmark to be reckoned with. You know, if you had a last stand, the Red Palace is the place to make it. That's for sure. Now look at this. Oh, what is going on here to the north? Could we get some raids in the Mongol base here under the town center somehow? But I don't know if he can even like really focus on that right now. Now he's building a siege workshop of his own, and I think Casper is aging up. He is in the 4th age. Okay. There we go. Nush has plenty of resources in the bank. He's had the lion's share of the villagers for most of the game. Although some of them are repairing, lots of idols. It's been an interesting one now. But running into the nest of Springald towers may not be the best move here at the moment. Okay. This is a scary sight though right here. I really wonder if he could just go do some like massive raids on Casper, maybe take some pressure off of his base. He's repairing. There we go. He's repairing that Royal Institute, so this is no longer a one landmark game. We do have a cannon, though. He's going to need to get that springload up there and snipe that cannon. Will he see it? Down goes... Did he get a trebuchet? No, not yet. Oh, his army's going to come forward. Going after the springloads, but underneath the Red Palace, not a place you want to be fighting. But those crossbows will one-shot the springolds, and he probably has spotted at this point that there's no landmark, but losing a lot of his army there with that charge. This is a terrible place to be fighting. This Red Palace just deals so much damage, and his siege could be in some trouble. What we got going on? Nothing back here quite yet. He's just training units, feeding them into his base. Okay, that red palace might be going down, but there's villagers to repair. They can repair that for plenty of time. Let's look at the resources right now. Dude, she's got plenty of resources. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to wonder that maybe Casper got too much tunnel vision on that last landmark, where maybe he could have focused on just denying the French that's out on the map. Does he know that he's out there? I mean, he has to have some kind of idea that maybe he does. He has to know at this point. But yeah, right now it looks like Knusch is doing a solid defense and is slowly taking out those towers and maybe pushing Casper back a little bit. Casper working on getting his roller shutters. This is always an important upgrade to get for you in the late game. As the when you're in the fourth age, it gives your springalds additional +2 tile range and reduces the reload time. And springalds can really make a big difference here in the late game. But we can see that cannon just barreling through those towers right now, two-shotting them at the moment. Yeah, the Mongols' trebuchet is not very good. So as far as like a prolonged siege, traction trebuchet is weaker. And here we go. We've got those elite Royal Knights coming in, and they are going to slaughter these villagers. Look at this. 111 villagers. They're even on counts right now, but I think that's going to start to change. And the problem is, Knusch just held on. He has held on, and now if he could just start taking the fight to Casper, you know, this is Mongols. There's no walls going to be stopping you from just raiding infinitely. And he's got a base set up to start doing that for sure. And wow, honestly, for a second there, it was looking like Casper was going to take that victory. And I said, you know, maybe Knusch can hold on with these superior technologies and eco. And he is just starting to do that. I don't know if it was tunnel vision, but honestly, it's just been a great game overall. Okay, down goes that keep. Now imagine if maybe when he had all of the map control, he could have denied this earlier on, and this could have been more impactful. Knusch has 2k gold in the bank right now, so this stinks for him, but it's not the end of the world. There's another mine up here. He has not discovered it yet, but you know, as the French start to counterattack, that's where Mongols are going to really have an issue here. You know, all their food are going to be, you know, is going to be under their towns there at the very least. Okay, there we go. We've got, has he discovered that he's going to spot that gold mine, which will be a good thing for him. I mean, heck, that Khan could kill a lot of villagers if he doesn't spot it. Okay, so Knusch with all his techs moving forward. We do see upgrades to elite for these spearmen coming in, but I don't know. Is he going to have enough to deal with this mass? Spearmen getting in though. Maybe Knusch didn't spot that. And of course, these arbitrary they deployed their Pavas, which give them additional 5 ranged armor there. But this is about to be, you guys are about to see pings all over the map. This is going to get dirty. We got knights running around, taking out subtraction trebuchets. We've got arbitrary running around with them. What's he doing? I don't. I'm trying to see where like Casper's main army is. I don't know if he has one. Oh, there they are. Okay, so here's some spearmen. This is rough right now. Casper fans are probably a little bit nervous right now in the chat. What was looking to be perhaps Casper's break into the semifinals. Knusch is just put on the defense for the ages. I mean, both these players. The last game we saw Casper just defending for so dang long, guys, and then he was able to he wasn't able to dig out, but Knusch has, and now he's stabilized. We see red all over the map, and we've got a fully operation French economy barreling forward right now. What is Casper's course of attack right now? He's trying to stop something in the mid, but this arbitrary, they're just doing plenty of damage. Now he's going for like, it looks like an all spearman mass at the moment, which, you know, could be okay with the amount of spearmen he has. You know, archers are better option against spearmen, but I think Knusch will just keep running around. But he has to upgrade these towers. But even like with the upgraded towers, like the cannon placements, they're not. You know, look at that. I mean, they can. That's not doing a whole lot against those knights. Okay, there we go. Moving forward right now with the spearmen, which are doing just fine against his arbitrary right now. But yeah, this is what I mentioned kind of earlier. He could just target that food down. He knows it's there. And he can idle that. Okay, spearmen moving forward, but Knusch, plenty of resource in the bank. Pings going off all over the map here once again. Villagers in trouble back at home, which is going to force his spearman mass back. You see it happening right now. Did I see some horsemen? We know Casper likes the horsemen. He could go for that. Now, speaking of gold, Casper is now the one who is low on the gold. Now, he does have gold vein here at the step red out, so he's going to do... I'm sorry, I was looking at Knusch. So Knusch is low on gold, but... I don't know, guys. We still probably got plenty of game left in here. These two players, the last game went to 50 minutes. This one's at 45 right now. I don't think we can call it anyway yet, because it's just going to be a thing. Yeah, Knusch does have the sacred sites. I think he just... No, he doesn't. We have this sacred site. Casper has 4 of the relics right now, so 400 gold worth of relics. And look at that. He does have the spearman and hand cannoneer mass, which is going to be very effective against these knights. So these are great trades. Spearmen, rather cheap units. You know, you can deal with that. I have kind of this feeling like if Knusch runs out of gold, I mean, he maybe needs to start thinking about his trading here. I think the gold is just almost gone from the map here in general. Casper got has his army online. Yeah, this is going to continually be a problem. He's going to need some spearmen or maybe some hand cannoneers back here at home to defend. He's just going to keep running knights into that that food line. Yeah, gold south. There's some gold. This one's almost gone, though. There's 200 gold there. There's this one. So he's got like 2k gold left there. That might be a little bit left. He's a decent... Okay, Knusch still has plenty of gold. Casper is probably the one who's going to really run out here. Okay, stopping that sacred site. But he knows where the army is. And this is the thing about the mobility. He can just push up here with knights every time he sees that army, you know, in that position. He has some defensive spearmen back at home. But... Oh, here we go. He's found the villagers that are gathering gold down to the south. Okay, he's going to take those villagers out. There you go. Spearmen moving in. I like he's doing the line formation. Just to get those concaves when these attacks happen. Okay, so... Whew, this game just keeps on keeping on. I don't know what action's been going on the main channel and the other games, but I would be very, very surprised if it was anything as heated as this series has been, because this has just been absolutely epic. Game 1, we had a wild tower rush. We've had just like 2 banger games here back to back. There we go. Both players raiding the gold of the other. 1.7k gold left on that one. Just gotta keep checking in on the resources. Now, Casper is at pop max. Whew, okay. There we go. We got knights coming in, raiding the woodline. This could be a lot of villagers going down here if he doesn't see it. He does see it. I'm still just nervous about, like, how does Casper get back on the offensive as Knusch has built towers all across the map and starting to get the surround on them. I mean, he could even start walling if he really wanted to. So Knusch just continuing to push here. He's on top of that Uvu right now. We got knights back at home, but spearmen are there to meet them. It's just that kind of hard thing. It's like you don't have enough pop space to sustain the military coverage you kind of want to have as the Mongols when you get at this point, is how I kind of feel. He's defending, but he's just putting out fires. Look at the villager count. 77. Now, hold on. Both players are down on villagers, or maybe purposely, but 80 villas for Casper, 77 for Knusch. That is a thing. There could come like a moment where it's like, oh shit, one player runs out of gold. I'd be surprised if a trading operation wasn't being set up. We say that, man. FitzBro, aren't you psychic? You're a great caster. 5 markets going down as we speak. Wow, how did I know? Okay, so chasing down the arbitrary. They are kiting back. He sees that step red out, and he is taking it. Wait, what is shooting the step red out? Oh, he's got a cannon. Singular cannon. Okay, so I love I love a good Springgold mass. Or I'm sorry, a good Spearman mass. Spears out, guys. Spears out. Okay, here we go. Game number 1. Casper won game number 1. Knuschelbar game number 2. So this is just a photo finish here. Who knows who's going to win this thing? It's like Noosh is trying to do his sacred victory or just get some gold. Oh, he's going to grab that. Oh, he stopped it just at the last second. And then go for some gold here, perhaps. But, oh, Cannon stops that endeavor. Okay, so Casper trying to move out. It's just like the battle for the remaining gold. I feel like we could have 3 people covering this game right now in different locations because there's just so much action going on. Boar is getting in on the game. Look at that. Late game, 50-minute Boar attack. Watch out. Elite Spearmen are no match for the Boar. Does the Boar shadow tech? I think the Boar needs the shadow tech. Late game Boar should be like a super Chad. Okay, so yeah, we've got archers. We're probably seeing more archers because players are running out of gold. Casper kind of low on resources right now, not gonna lie. Noosh has got solid over 1k of each right now, and just flooding out. Honestly, I feel like maybe Noosh could leverage some walls here and just slowly surround Casper, but he hasn't really been doing that. We're gonna be trading down here. For Casper, he probably wants to like secure this corridor because he can stop the trading. He's got to know it's coming soon. Okay, we got Arbitrary here on the northern front, but they're not going to do a whole lot. A few Springgolds. On the south side, we've got some low HP knights doing some raiding. Hand cannoneers stopping this sacred site shenanigans. And Casper kind of moving out towards the midpoint of the map. But of course, there's always these outposts to deal with when you get there. It's always the battle of outposts. When you're at pop, when you hit your pop max, outposts are how you overpop, right? Oh, look at that. He's moved his prayer tent. Smart move, smart move. You can move the prayer tent with relics inside of it. And we have some horsemen moving out, looking to try to siege down a few of these towers. Oh my gosh, there are like 7 pings on the map right now. Okay, oh, but I don't know. Fighting underneath all these towers doesn't look really good right now for Casper. He's out here. He has stopped the raids on his backline. This is probably the first time he kind of has nothing happen on his quadrant of the map, and he's kind of pushing back into French territory just a little bit. Let's check in on the resources. Casper is under 1,000 for each. I mean, hanging on resource-wise. 95 bills, 88 for villagers for Noosh. He's got food and wood, but gold is at a premium for both players. They keep trying to be built, but Casper is stopping it. And you know, you have to know as the gold runs out on the map, if you can control this, it's going to be huge. And I think that's kind of what he's working towards. He's moving towards this this market. At the same point, Casper's is kind of up for grabs too. He doesn't really have any towers over here. Both players continue to grab sacred sites. Now Noosh is gathering his army kind of mid, but look at his gold. He has no gold income. Well, I say that, but he has traders bringing back 169 gold. And of course, you can see there, I guess he has 10 traders right now. Now, I believe French traders, they bring back an additional resources, right? Isn't that how that works? Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Yes, no, maybe. I believe it does. Maybe you can't see it in the UI. I thought they do. I'm thinking of the wrong civ. I don't know. Okay, guys, here we go. We've got Casper running around the hand cannoneers, getting slaughtered right now. It does look like he's trying to secure this trade route, and that could be huge. That'll stop the gold income of Noosh at the moment. No, you just can change what they bring back. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So they're going to be bringing gold back. No extra res. French can select the res to trade. Thank you for the clarifications. Been a second for me. Okay, we got those knights getting killed right now, and oh boy, we got archers here dealing with the probably a good counter to the arbitrary, to be honest. Spearman on the front line and some hand cannon here. This is a solid fight. This is like our first like head-on battle I feel like we've had in a bit. Not a lot of raiding going on at the moment, but not sure who came out ahead there. I feel like, you know, Casper's building the spearman and archer. He's got the cheap army, so anytime he can like even come out even is probably a good trade for him. Oh my gosh, he stopped just shy of this market. He's almost there. There's a gold vein he can grab, although he still has some gold coming in. He doesn't even care about gold. It seems like you don't need it. You need food and wood. Food and wood equals spearman, you know. Okay, so let's see here. Casper, he's got his trash army kind of moving out. We say trash army, but he's spending the little gold he has on hand carriers, which just make the difference there up against those knights. Although now we have more horsemen in the mix. Okay, here we go. This could be another big fight. Getting a bit of a surround here. Look at this army spread out across like 3 screens length. I need 2 ultra wides to catch all this action here. And he is kind of cornered Knusch back. Man, this game has been back and forth so many times. The game stutters there for a second. We're at the 55-minute mark. I was like, man, if this crashed, I would just cry right now. Okay, there we go. Casper, he's got the surround here. He's got his archers on the back. Although for all the spearmen he has, maybe he doesn't... I don't know. This is looking like a good fight for him. I'll say technically you want all the spearmen to get, you know, on troops. But there we go. Knusch, all the food in the world in the bank right now. And traders being taken out right now. We got cannon placements. Starting to get those. Oh my gosh. Casper it was looking to be in big trouble. This game has been back and forth like 3 times already. And here we have, I feel like Casper starting to put the pain on Knusch once again. Knusch does have the northern quarter of the map, but really no economy up there. Is not really doing any raiding and starting to get cornered once again. And if Casper can just stop the trading that's going on. Now, here's one thing you guys can do, and I forget about this sometimes. You get tunnel vision on like, yeah, I got to go to my corner of trade post. He could send his traders to this trade post, but there are outposts here waiting for him already. Now, he could technically change things up, and maybe he will. Maybe we'll see that here. Score is 1-1. This is the deciding game of the quarterfinals. Who should go on to the semifinals? Honestly, at this point, I feel like both these players should go on to the semifinals. They have what it takes to have to go deep in these games. They're been massively entertaining. I feel like I need to host the Casper versus Knusch best of 7 FitzBro show match. I just need to find like $10,000 somewhere, right? I don't know. I don't know how people get all this money and throw at people, but I would watch these guys play all day. Okay, here we go. We got Casper moving forward here. Mid-map, wood is going to start to be the hot commodity now, kind of as gold has been taken on the map. You guys would never believe the first game of the series was a 10-minute long game. Both of these last ones have been over 50 minutes. This one about to hit an hour. Casper has controlled the trading here. He's even taken out that second market there. Is he going to redirect his traders? Where's his trading happening? It isn't happening. Okay, but here we go. Oh, big raid going on. Well, it's just some horsemen. It's not the night raids of earlier, but yeah. What an exhilarating game. Whoever wins this, just wow. It could have been either player, I can say that. But we might have another hour left in us here, guys, so buckle up. Casper getting some more gold. Only 300 gold here, though, so not a lot to be had. Knusch trying to take some pressure off himself by doing a raid, and honestly, it might have worked. I think he saw that raid coming and maybe overreacted. Those are just a few horsemen. Before, it was like 20 knights moving into his line. But it gave Knusch just a little bit of wiggle room, and now he's getting some raids on the villagers. Look at the villager count right now. 119 villagers for Casper. A 93 for Knusch. He is getting some trades off there right now, despite being under a little bit of tower fire. This tower is not upgraded, it looks. Okay. So Knusch taking back his trade. Casper needs to be careful. He fought so hard to secure that trade route, and now Knusch is starting to push back out and take it back. And if he can lock down his trading, you know, that could really help him with his gold situation in this game. Oh my gosh, we've got a battle on. Look at the minimap. 1, 2, 3, like 4 fronts right now. I don't know how. They must have like 4 hands. I don't know how they manage all this army. I think we should call it a tie at this point. Okay, so here we go. The ping's going off everywhere. We got a battle in the middle. We got battle on the south side, but Knusch seems to have the army mass here on the south side. Casper's army is a little bit too spread out at the moment to take this on. Horseman and Arbitrier seems to be the taste right now. And Casper has 3k food. His wood is kind of rough. I mean, they could quite possibly log all of the wood on this map. This keeps going at this rate. Yeah, Knusch is back at pop cap, so there we go. We got a trebuchet moving forward. We haven't seen siege in a bit here. I still feel like a little bit of walling could help, but you know, who am I to judge? Okay, so here we go. We've got archers on the back line retreating as he's losing his... oh, that one missed. That one missed. Trebuchets don't always hit. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a focus here, though. So if Casper can just focus his army over here, I think he could take this. You know, there's a lot of Arbitrier, and these really aren't the counter when your opponent is making primarily archers. But they're still really good units. He does have archers in here, too. Look at those guys and their feathers on their head. Okay, here we go. Knight's back in the game now as he has a little bit of gold in the bank. Knusch is stabilizing economy. What's going on up here? Not a whole lot. No trading yet for Casper. Casper is sticking with the wood food game. And, you know, as Casper was starting to put some heavy pressure back on Knusch, Knusch has pushed right on back here. But I think Casper is going to come out ahead in this fight at the horseman coming out against the Arbitrier. A few hand cannoneers I can hear popping off there in the middle. Right there. But not really any knights really necessarily for them to really counter. But here we go. I have a feeling we've got another one of those waves slowly moving back to Knusch's side of the map. But he does have a keep ready to go this time around. And he is building some stables here to reinforce if the battle should move this direction. And Knusch kind of kiting back towards the middle. He wants to take the fight mid. He doesn't want the focus to be down on his trade line. So kind of a smart move for him. We see more towers going up. Towers constantly being built this entire game. Casper, look at his resources right now. He's been just spending all of it. And this is a little bit of a scary situation to be in. No gold left for Knusch. Not a ton of wood. But he does have his death ball. He is pop capped. He's got 50 supply over Knusch right now. But, you know, there's the buildings to support repopping this. What is this? Oh my gosh. There's been a raid going on. Did I miss this? He's still got plenty of villagers, though. I was like, one too big. 46 idle villagers for Knusch right now, though. And if he could just slow down... but he's got to... The problem is, okay, Casper is like pop capped, but how do you siege down and keep when you're pop capped? You need a trebuchet. And, you know, you don't want to traction... the traction trebuchets are weaker than a typical... You almost want to bombard. I don't know. But you don't really have the gold. What is going to happen here? We still got plenty of game left in this, folks. Holy cow. If you are watching this on YouTube, where this is certainly going, and you've made it to this hour mark and have watched, make sure you let me know in the comments, because, wow, this has just been absolutely wild. Yeah. I'm so lucky I casted this game and not whatever the main channel's been casting. Okay, so we've got the archers moving in, and Casper's starting to move. He's going to discover this keep, but, you know, how is he going to deal with that keep without siege when he's pop max? What is that? Oh, just one cannon moving forward. I think he's thinking about it. He's thinking about switching to that northern trade route if he needs to. Or maybe just taking out Casper. I love how Casper isn't even trying to trade. I say that as he's just now starting to trade. But I don't know. I still just like, I don't know. I had this feeling that Knusch has just a little bit more solid infrastructure set up. And granted, you know, the French are going to have better buildings and defensive structures typically than the Mongols. But, you know, Casper's kind of run around tactics. Like, how long can that last if Knusch just like shores up his defenses? I mean, imagine what some stone walling would do. not that there's much stone left on the map, but like honestly, I feel like stone walls could have made a difference at this point in the game. Anyways, here we go. Casper pushing forward back into this breach. I feel like we've seen this battle here multiple times. I heard the sound of some siege units. I think that is Knusch, though. Yes, he has made a cannon. He is slowly taking out those towers. Oh, there was a cannon up here. I don't know where it went. Okay. Oh, raiding going on right now. Lots of villagers scattering right now for Casper. Look at his villager count, 139, so he can afford to lose a few. Might help him with his military population. But we've got a little bit of a fight here in the middle. I feel like it's going to eventually come down to like who controls the wood line. Like gold's not going to matter here in a bit. It's going to be who controls the wood. Like if he could just takes this. But we've got some knights running around, spearmen running to meet them, to greet them, whatever you want to say. Traders starting to work. Let's see how many traders he has right now. 9 traders at the moment. But look at this, a trade line in trouble for Knusch. Casper has breached the trade line. Traders, watch out. Oh boy, and he's going to kill these. These things are each carrying 173 gold, so it just really is painful to see those getting picked off on their journey back home. They're simple merchants caught in a bad war. But there they go. So Casper doing some damage there. How many traders are left? He has a lot of markets. I don't know if he has any trading really going on right now. He might have like all but obliterated the trade route of Knusch. So Casper putting out the fires back at home. He's got the wood here. The nomadic Mongols are doing just fine out on the map at the moment. Yeah, the trash army is just easy to keep up, that's for sure. I mean, he's in there making arbitrary and knights still. He has made some more horsemen, but it's definitely a more expensive army. Knusch has plenty of food in the bank at the moment. Look at the villager count, 95 villagers for Knusch. So there were some raids that went on, and of course he lost some traders versus the 100. Hold on a second. 150 villager is what Casper has. What? Well, it's because he's been doing the traders. So maybe he's just going to start throwing some villagers away. But he needs to get more military population, that's for sure. It might be harder for him to win these fights, especially with trash armies. Casper has too many traders. Okay, guys. So we've got, there we go, villagers, 20 of them coming forward to take out the cannon. We've got a fight going on mid. He doesn't have the population he needs because he has just he's 150 villagers. You know, a lot of those are traders, right? But, nope, I heard the sound. He just slaughtered. That was the sound of villagers being killed, I'm certain. But now here we have again. Knusch is stabilizing. Casper started to make some progress, but he's back on the back foot. And boy, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, Casper he's just kind of chilling right now. He's got to delete some villagers, I feel, but he doesn't exactly have the economy either. Like, look, he's been spending it so fast. Like, man, this is gonna get close. Okay, we got some horsemen looking to do some raiding, but I don't know what they're going to really get out that direction. And, oh boy, Knusch pop max and has, let's see, looking at economy, Knusch has 102 villagers. I'm starting to get nervous. He's trained a bombard, but that bombard is probably going to be instantly killed. There was a mangonel. Yeah, we really haven't seen mangonels this entire game. You know, they are an option. He needs more military. Like, I wonder... Okay, he just lost a lot of villagers, so I have a feeling he either just deleted them or threw them in the battle. Okay, thank you for that follow. Open DM, good to see ya. Okay, we've got Arbitrary moving in on the base of Casper. Maybe slowly moving towards the trade line, in fact. This is kind of what we saw on the other side of the map against Knusch for most of this game. And now Knusch is bringing the pain to Casper. And the thing is, Knusch is starting to bank some res. He's been at pop max for a while. So he's banking res. Not only that, his trade route is quite secure, despite I don't really see any traders moving. By the way, there is 297 gold left there, if you're curious. 297 gold. Okay, so we've got Casper trying to stay in this. Well, trying to stay in this. Psh, I don't even know who's winning at this point. Let's look at the income per minute you can see there. For what it's worth, some people love to see that tab. And he has some bombards, but I don't know what the bombards are going to do in this fight, other than maybe get killed. Yeah, he's got his army together. He's going to probably slaughter this army of Knusch. I feel like these bombards are just going to get picked off by some knights. Be shocked if they didn't. Now, Knusch seems to be fixed somewhere else, because he didn't seem to really do much microing in this battle. I guess he was just focusing on taking out those towers, so he could maybe do some more raiding on the traders. Okay, so it does look like Casper's going to be able to clean up this fight. He's going to want to rebuild those towers, defend his trade line, that's for sure. Let's look at the villager count. 108 for Knusch, 103 for Casper. Boy, this is the game that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Oh, but he sees it. Rest in peace. Okay. I wonder when this game's going to go to the 5th age. They might want to take this to the 5th age, you know. Maybe someone could revolt, right? This is an AoE3. That's what we'd be seeing right now. Okay, you know, I saw an interesting conversation going on recently in a Discord where some players were talking about the fact that, like, you know, they increased the price of wonders, but it's to the point of like how would they possibly get the stone you would need to build a wonder? Not to mention any of the other resources, but like this is a game where clearly like wonder maybe could be something that would be viable. It's just been so long, but there's no way you could ever afford to build them. So wonders are kind of like a non-issue in Age of Empires 4 right now. You just rarely ever see them. You know, in team games, you're more likely to see them, or maybe even some of those FFAs. The 1v1s, they're not really a win condition. And I almost wonder, you know, when you have you know, this has been back and forth, but it's truly a stalemate. We're at like half map here at the hour and 10-minute mark. You know, this is just, it's going to keep going. Okay, so let's get back to the action. We've got some spearmen, some archers moving forward on the middle of the map. Not a whole lot to really like gain here. This is like becoming no man's land. It's like just towers and rubble. There's no resources, no villagers. People still fighting over those sacred sites back and forth. It looks like he's building more outposts out here to the north. I mean, eventually there's going to be no green left on the map. It's just going to all be rubble. Yeah, his trading is pretty... well, the Casper's trading is massive. Look at that. He's got a lot of traders. How many traders does he have? 35 traders at the moment. So Casper starting to make some bombards. So maybe he can start to deal with his keys, but bombards also just dying here right at the horsemen. So, you know, you got to defend them. They're rather difficult to defend with the torch mechanic. We do know with the putt balance right now, that's going to be changing a little bit. You're going to have to get right up on them and use your sword, although charges will be more effective against siege. Okay, here we go. We've got... another battle here back on Casper's quadrant of the map. Villagers coming to the front line to get in on the action. Not sure what they're going to do. You know, I almost wonder, like, in the 4th age, should Mongols be able to build some kind of, like, keep-like building? Like, maybe it's not a keep, but maybe some kind of infrastructure. They have no walls. Like, they can just be raided everywhere. But, I mean, that's why they get their speed. Okay, so we've got a horseman running back. The retreat is on right now for Knusch. Look at all these towers in his main base. Look at all the sheep. Holy cow. Now, by the way, did you guys know there is a max sheep you can have? You can only have 30 alive sheep at a time. So you can see they won't produce more. Okay, here we go. We've got Casper with 9. These are Lancers. We haven't seen Casper produce Lancers in a very long time. And for Knusch, that has to signal, you know, that, hey, Casper's got some gold online if he's just going to run Lancers on through. But he's been making an arbitrary the whole game. So I don't know how effective the Lancers really will be anyways. We do see the bombards starting to work in on this north side of the map. There hasn't been much action here in a long time. And Casper's starting to clear this out. Still lots of trading, though, going on for Knusch, but he doesn't have a whole lot of... How many traders do you have? He has 12 at the moment. Okay. There we go. Bombard starting to do some siege here. I mean, and Casper's been like under 100 resources for some, or under like 500 resources for a lot of stuff for most of the game. He's just spinning his res and just having just enough to keep on keeping on. Okay, here we go. Raid coming forward for the horsemen, trying to pick up the bombards, but that's not going to happen. Let's see. Casper has solved the issue where he had just so many economic units earlier. Knuschelbar, yeah, 77 on food. I'm not sure if that's needed, but I don't know. It's okay. I still think like wood is going to become a factor here eventually. Maybe it already is. Maybe they're buying it. I don't know. But Casper still is gathering wood out on the map, and maybe those are the sectors he's trying to kind of defend right now. As the battle has kind of shifted towards the northwest, there hasn't been a lot of action here this whole game, but those bombards are going to go down most certainly as those knights get up on them. He took out a few stables, but that's not a whole lot of value for him to get. And here we go. Some battles going on here. Casper needs to focus his army over here in the labyrinth of outposts. They're currently being upgraded, but they are not upgraded at the moment. But we do see horsemen getting up on this arbitrary. Whoa, I heard a bombard somewhere. Oh, on the back line. But Casper's largely been doing the trash army for the majority of this game. Just now starting to throw in some bombards and some lancers. You know, a little peppering of hand cannons. Not peppering, 21 hand cannons. That's pretty significant. Okay, this game keeps on going past the hour and 15 mark, guys. Casper should wonder. Yeah, Casper's gonna build a wonder with the, look at the resources he has. I mean, if anything, Noosh could like have the best shot of a wonder, but he can't do it either. I mean, how's he gonna get the stone he needs? He need what, 8K stone, right? Yeah, like, no way. Okay, so here we go. Casper is kind of building his tower, creeping forward with the towers and with the bombards. Gonna take out that keep here eventually. What's going on down here? Nothing. Just commerce. Lots of commerce. Okay, here we go. We got 2 trebuchets. Ho 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 ho. But Noosh very low on the gold. He can sell some of his food, I guess. Okay, so here we go. Casper's starting to move forward, and like, you know, Casper really has this trade locked down. He currently has, let's see how many traders. Come on. Oh, I have to click over here. He has 41 traders. And that's massive. Those are Mongol traders. They've got the Silk Road, so he's bringing back additional food, wood, and gold and stone. So it's like, that is just massive for Mongols to have your trade online. And I feel like eco-wise, Casper is in a stellar position. Solo casting for an hour and 20. I gotta take a drink of water. Okay, guys. We've got the Mongol army slowly moving up. He even has some mangonels. 2 mangonels out on the field right now to counter the arbitrary. And I feel like Noosh's military is crumbling. Think of how much, you know, he was at pop max for so long, and he's slowly fallen back. He doesn't have like a ton of wood and gold in reserves here as he's being pushed back. That keeps slowly going down. Casper just, wow, this has just been, what a game. You know, Casper didn't really have the gold earlier and really couldn't defend them, but now mangonels could be quite effective. I mean, if he gets these shots off. At the same time, they can get nuked pretty quickly, so we'll have to see. There's these horsemen. They're just going to loop around probably and take out the mangonel. Maybe not. Okay, that keep is down. He's securing his trade route even further. We do have a trebuchet working on some of these towers on the back line. He could kill that if he notices it. He might. Just one horseman could take that out. Oh, now we have some mangonels for Noosh as well. It's like they just decided mangonels are on the menu. Guys, if you got that mangonel emote, throw it in the chat, because here we go. We got a horseman and mangonel. Quite a battle about to go down here. Let's get in cinematic mode here. Okay, mangonels taking shots on each other. Spearmen are in there. We've got the hand cannoneers laying out some fire. And I think Casper is going to win this fight. He was able to just take out those mangonels because they could have been quite devastating to his hand cannoneers. But he was able to win that pretty decisively. He slaughtered that fight. We still have a one counterweight trebuchet aligned to the north, having to pull back some of his many farmers right now. And guys, look at this. Look how many how much gold Casper has in reserve right now. That's not a thing we really see a whole lot here at this point in the game at the hour and 20-minute mark. Lots of gold in reserve in Casper. Gosh, this has to be like the best game I've ever casted in such a high pressure situation. This is 1-1 tied up match. The winner going on to the semifinals. Just holy cow. Trebuchets up there, a few idle villagers, but and now Casper, you know, the earlier issue he had was the fact that he was trying to siege with his traction trebuchets. He's got bombards now. And those bombards are going to help him as he moves towards those landmarks. I mean, he doesn't even need to mess around with attacking the southern quadrant. He can almost just start taking the fight directly to Knuschelbar's homeland. And we see Lancers coming in. The game's even starting to stutter a little bit. It's not meant to go this long. My GPU is exploding. And there we go! Noosh taps out an hour and 20-minute long game, and Casper is going to be advancing to the semifinals. Wow, what a game here for the qualifier rounds for the road to Red Bull here. And this has been a game for the history books, for sure. Let's take a look at this. Like, I don't even know when we look at the timeline. This game is so long. A key moment you missed if you just tuned into the late part of the game, guys. At this moment, like 15, 17 minutes, whatever, this was like, look how many villagers Casper was down. It was just a slaughter of villagers that came in as he was aging up to age 3. Massive. And Casper was able to just slowly get up and keep the military pressure on. Look at this, at one point having over 140 villagers. Let's look at the stats of... I've been told...
Twitch says cheer 1000.
Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. You're way too kind. Apparently, spoiler alert, pause if you don't want to know. But Marine Lord has already qualified for the finals, and this quarterfinal has still been going on. Holy cow, guys. Okay. This has been a game. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for watching this series. We're going to have Casper advancing on to the semifinals, and we're, of course, going to keep following it. But thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this over on YouTube, make sure to leave a comment. Hit that sub button. Hopefully, we're about to hit 10K subs over on the YouTube channel. And, wow, this has been one. We're going to keep going. Thanks for watching, and on to the next series.